Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming back to Mary's Little House for the session Cindy's Song number 6. I'm speaking to you about the life of our foundress, Cynthia Louise Marie Rollihan, foundress of Mother of God Ministries. And her picture is right there with the infant Jesus and her beloved divine spouse on the cross, and our blessed mother, her immaculate heart, with the red book of the missal of the lectionary, where the book of the readings are contained between those covers, which we hear proclaimed every Sunday and every day, the Word of God to us, His people. Those are love letters from our divine Lord and from the eternal Father, by the power of the Holy Spirit, which is love, the Spirit of love that fills and spans our hearts. Are you awake? Peanut, are you awake, baby? He's awake. I didn't want to wake him up. But he's here on my lap. He's been sitting here during the prep time. He's been waiting for his call to be on stage. He's been very good, very clingy today to me. I can't go any place without him following me up my ankles. He should be. Dogs don't smile too much. They just sort of look at you. There he is, though. Say hello to the people of our YouTube family. God bless you. See you later. Why don't you give him away? Bye-bye. Okay, I'm sorry, baby. Okay, he's on my lap here. Keeps my lap really occupied. Okay. Today I want to talk about generosity, the generosity of Cindy. But before I do that, I want to talk about two of her spiritual children, Betty Paul and myself, Jim. We were just before Mass this morning. I was putting newspapers and cans and plastics in the respective recycling bins up at the shrine, on the shrine parking lot. So glad they had. I was so glad when the Father Director chose to have the recycling. It's such a witness to the care of the environment, and Blessed Mother must be so pleased with that. Anyway, a van drives up thinking that they want to put stuff in the recycle bins too, those green and yellow ones, and there's another one for cans and plastics. Anyway, so I tried to rush and get out of the way, but he didn't get out of the car. It was one man, and he looked very distressed, and he explained that he had just had a flat tire, a blowout, that he was out of gas and he had to get to a certain town about 40 miles away with no gas. And so we listened to his story, and we said, well, we need gas. So we had a little bit of time before Mass, so we run down to the Flying J. Here's the Flying J. Oh, if you can't read it. Anyway, to get gas and fill up his tank too. Anyway, he said, so I said, follow me. So we drove out of the shrine again and went down to the Flying J gas. It's a truck stop, anything. Anyway, Betty and I had a conversation. Well, how are we going to do this? Well, one way is that I go in there and set it up with the cashier and have him pump it. Well, that did. We never thought. I thought that wouldn't maybe be very good for his dignity. Here I am going in there patronizing. Here's a $20 to put on his pump out there. So I said, no. Can we just give the $20 straight to him and let him pump the gas? Like nobody will know that who gave it to him and all that. For his dignity, we don't want to, keep his pride, his dignity. So Betty consented, and I went back. He was in back of us. We were at the pump too because we had to get gas. The little icon of the pump was showing. I've been traveling on fumes for a little while. Anyway, I said, here, I slipped the $20 to him. Said, you could pump your own gas now, and God bless you, and I'll see you in heaven if not before. And he was just speechless, and I thought his eyes were watering and everything. So I didn't want to cause him embarrassment. I just rushed off to the cashier too with another $20 that Betty gave me to fill my tank up, the tank of the van, my old car mia, someone's called it, my dear car, the van. Anyway, a dear friend of mine calls it that. Anyway, I'm in there. I was wondering where he was. There's two lines there waiting for the cashier, and he never came in. So I said, well, maybe he doesn't want to embarrass me. So I pay for my gas, and go out, and my heart just sunk because I see behind me not the van that he drove up in, but another car, and I could see Betty's expression that she was very sad and not a happy camper. And I was sad too. Anyway, he drove away. He didn't pump any gas. So then, to make things worse, and remember, we had to go to Mass, and it was about 11:10. Mass is 11:30. I started to pump the gas. Nothing would come. What did I do wrong? And I said, oh no. I look at my number of the gas pump, and I gave the wrong number. I gave a 5 rather than a 6, which was the 5 was on the other side, the flip side of my pump. So I rushed back in and tell the cashier. Fortunately, the lady that pumped from my pump was an honest and good lady, and I went in and told her what happened, and she and the cashier set it up that what she pumped, she was going to pay $11 on my pump that she pumped my gas, Anyway, so the difference was $11, and then the cashier would send out $9 more to pump. Anyway, it was a mess because the cashier even said that I had a lot of exercise because I was back and forth because I tried to get this straight. A big mistake I made because I was so. Well, no excuses, but I just wanted to be a bit nonchalant, and this guy is going to pump this gas, and I'm mind my own business like I don't know him, but so he can have dignity. Well, I finally got the $20 of gas that I was supposed to pump into my pump, and with the help of the cashier and this wonderful lady that I explained what happened, and she was gladly cooperated and paid my $11 that she had pumped free from her difference. And anyway, well, I get in, and Betty's not so happy with me and with the whole situation. I can't blame her. I says, Betty, you were generous. You were generous with that man. No matter what he did with that 20, you gave with a good heart. But Betty said he lied to us. Says, well, maybe he did. I don't know what he did with that 20, but no matter what he did, if he lied to us, if he used it for something else, or if he used it for alcohol, whatever, it doesn't matter, Betty. You gave out with unconditional love, the love of God. So that seemed to content her, and it contented me too, because I felt sort of betrayed myself, and sort of it wasn't a happy feeling that I had about what happened, and then to say that I had the wrong pump, so I thought I lost everything. The $20 that Betty gave me to put the gas in, and the $20 that Betty gave me to give to this man from her generosity. So we went to Mass, and my heart was transformed. I realized what had happened, and at the sign of peace, Betty let me sit by her, having lost $40, almost lost $40 of her money, and we smiled. She knew I was, just thinking over this. She gave me the warmest sign of peace I'd ever got from her. We left the church smiling, and I said, Betty, I'm going to share this with the other YouTube family. I said, okay. if I do. And she says, fine, and she's fine. She's fine. She had to put up with me and with this man who drove away, and she had a lot of putting up with. Anyway, I wanted to share that because the title today of Cindy's song number 6 is generosity. One of the things Cindy had was generosity. I was not generous like she was, and she would do things that, oh my God, it made me wince, made me uncomfortable. Because I didn't think we could afford it. I was always more squeamish about giving money away. I remember one time visiting a convent, which I thought was a pretty nice convent, that they had their needs met and everything. I'm all for it. I love the sisters. I have a special part of my life, for all my life, of the sisters, the consecrated sisters. That someday the story will be written about that, how much the sisters have helped me, how much I wanted to return that gift of their love and their witness as consecrated religious sisters in the church. But anyway, she pulled out. She asked me for a large amount of money to give a donation to the convent. Well, I wasn't very happy camper there. I tried to be cool, and I said, oh, and after we left, I said, Cindy, why did you give so much money? And I said, oh my God, I mean, we're barely making it, But she said that this is what our Blessed Mother wanted to give the convent, and we don't know why, So she was very generous, but I wasn't generous. I was always shapping. Another time people were trying to get away. We were they were closing in a hospital, a Catholic hospital, in the middle of Chicago, and there was an old portrait of the foundress. Oh God, I forgot the name of the foundress. But anyway, it was old, and you could barely see it. It was an oil. Oil. I guess in its day it would be very, very valuable, but you could barely see the image. And anyway, we bought it, and she gave most of our traveling money to the sister, and the sister wasn't expecting anything. That she was happy to give it away to a ministry that venerates sacramentals. So anyway, those are examples of. Oh, and in the beginning of our ministry, we only had one charity, one appeal, and all the money that we made didn't go to the ministry or to her or to anybody. It went to other charities, especially the Missionaries of Charity. She would give everything away. She was very generous, and she even said that, and this prayer and this wish has really been answered, that I hope Mother of God Ministries never becomes rich. And boy, has that that wish has really been fulfilled. But the reason is she was very good managing money, and she managed to use what little we had in a wonderful way, in a responsible way, in a most generous way. But she didn't want us to trust in anything else but in God's providence and Mary's care for her ministry. And she loved the poor, and she would give all she could possibly give till it hurt, more than I could give, more than my heart was ready to give. She gave, and she is a example to her spiritual children, or to the ministry, to Betty and I, with this man today, who got the bill that we might have even taken to the cleaners. But this is part of our ministry, and it's explicit part of our ministry, outreach to the poor, to assist the poor. When she first began the ministry, also the two Catholic agencies. Well, one was in Catholic. It was the Pregnancy Care Center, but they're mostly Catholic people. They're at least the ones we knew, and one of the Catholic charities here would send women to stay here at Mary's little house who were pregnant with difficult pregnancies, who were high risk of abortion, and she would take care of them. No one no one donated anything, or no one paid her or paid the ministry